Welcome back to my full bath remodel project. Progress lately has been fairly slow. I apologize for the shady lighting, but I'm still using my fancy work light there. I've been working quite a bit lately, and we've had a lot of hang-ups with the bathtub. Matter of fact, we're on our fourth bathtub, and I'll explain that a little bit more in a minute here. Got most of the drywall finished. It's half-inch green board, which is mold and mildew resistant on the walls here. I left the drywall off the back wall there because I have to put the tub in eventually. And I still have to get up in the attic, remove the old heat light combo and install a new fan light combo as well and complete the wiring, which is hanging there. I was able to get the 3/4 inch underlayment down on the floor. The reason why I did this, I'm gonna tile this floor as well. The reason why I chose the plywood is because there is a half-inch subfloor in this house. It was built in '78, and I don't know if that was code then, but I'm pretty sure it's not code now. I think the code, if I'm not mistaken, is 5/8 tongue and groove minimum. So underneath this 3/4 is just a half-inch plywood, and it's fairly flexible. So I was concerned, even with a thicker cement board, that being that it's somewhat of a brittle product, that it could potentially crack or give me a weak point. So I went ahead and put this 3/4 inch plywood down. And then what I'll do is I'll go over the top of this with a 1/4 inch notch trowel and some thin set, and then lay down 1/4 inch cement board on that and screw it down. And what that thin set does is it kind of gives you a base to kind of fill in the low spots of the plywood. And it makes a pretty good base. I've done it before, it works pretty well. So back to the bathtub. So we are on our fourth tub, as I mentioned earlier. Started with an acrylic and brought it home, and it was cracked. Shame on me. Took it back, bought another one. This time it was a Vicryl product. Took that one out of the box, looked good, brought it home. And when I was in the process of putting the tub drain assembly on, I noticed that one of the braces for the side skirt was broke. Looking at it closer, it seemed to be fairly brittle, that Vicryl. Now that's my opinion. That's the way it seemed to me. I don't know if that's true or not, but it just seemed brittle. So wasn't a fan of it, took that one back. And all the box stores around us don't have a whole lot of inventory. Most of the boxes are already open. Matter of fact, a couple of them we found had notes from people who had returned them. So we went out of town, finally found a bathtub, pulled it out of the box, seemed good to go, brought it home, seemed pretty sturdy. They had a model in the store. I stood in it, walked around, seemed sturdy. It was an acrylic tub. Brought it home, and I just couldn't do it. I was down there in the garage with the tub flipped over and the tub drain assembly in my hand, and I was just sitting there looking at it for a half hour, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. They make me nervous. And I had intentions of setting it in a mortar bed, and I know guys have said, when they're set properly, when they're set in a mortar bed, you don't have to worry about them. But in my mind, it's a material that can crack. Now, if it's set properly, your chances are a lot less likely, but it still can happen, So it worried me enough to where I decided I didn't want it. So, going through all this work and then tiling the tub surround and just to do it all over again, potentially, if that thing were to crack, I wasn't going to take that risk. So I went ahead and returned it, and got a Kohler cast iron coming. So downside of that is she's a beefy girl. She's a heavy one. So I think it's about 300 and some pounds, but I figure with this nice plywood base I got here, I'll be able to slide it right in and hopefully set it myself without bothering anybody else. So more to come. Stay tuned. Thanks.